Many of us are mountain bike race fans and love to watch the action online, but have you ever wondered actually how these races happen? Well, today we'll take a look at the travelling race circus, and what a better place to do it than the EWS on the Italian Riviera. The Enduro World Series attracts riders from the world over. Plenty of riders from Europe jump in vans to get to the races, but some travel from much further. In a normal year, there can be about 650 racers at an EWS event, including the amateur races, the EWS 100 and EWS 80, plus around 100 support staff. Jack, you're from Australia, other side of the world to a lot of the mountain bike racing. I guess 2020 is not a normal year. But you know, how have you got here? Did you come here to Europe early for these races?
No, I came about 4 weeks ago. I was maybe a week and a half before Zermatt. Just had to fill out some paperwork with the Oz government and get approved to travel, and then after that, got on a plane and come here. But I missed my first flight because nowhere did it say you needed a negative test on my flight or my booking or anything. So I just showed up to the airport, couldn't fly.
Whoa.
So I was a couple of days later than expected. But
did it feel like a bigger commitment to travel this year? Did it feel like a bit more risky?
Yeah, I mean, not too worried about it, but I mean, maybe the chance of getting not stuck, but having delayed flights and stuff on the way home would suck. And if you got sick and had to sit in a hotel room for 2 weeks, and I got to do it again when I get home. So it's 4 weeks of doing absolutely nothing. Yeah.
I guess in a normal race season, do you spend chunks of time in certain parts of the world? You spend your off season in Australia and then parts in UK, in Europe or US?
Yeah, I've always went to come over for the whole season and went to Morzine between races, but the last few years I've pretty much gone home after the races. I feel like I'm more excited to race and ride better when I've been back home, and if I'm away from home too long, I start to get over it.
There's a team of people at the EWS working hard behind the scenes like a well-oiled machine to make the races happen. And that also includes designing and tweaking a race course to produce great racing and keep the riders happy. Ruaridh Cunningham, you're an ex-pro racer, you're part of the team here at the EWS now. What is your job title and your role?
So I'm sports coordinator for the EWS, and I guess that entails everything from courses, liaisons, taping, dealing with the rider reps. In practice today, I was out on course making sure the taping was okay, any changes to the course or any lines the riders might be exploiting the course marking. I guess I'm just seeing things from a rider's point of view and liaising that back to the EWS and making it better for everybody.
So you're trying to get a good race, of course, but also trying to keep some of the riders happy. I know for myself, ex-pro racer as well, some riders do like to complain a little bit. It must be quite a hard job trying to balance that out.
Yeah, some are definitely more opinionated than others, shall we say. But I think being a racer and quite recently as well, I can kind of relate to them and understand their mindset during race week. Also, I know them all personally, so I can relate to them, and I think they probably respect my opinions, what I say. So I think we've got a really good dynamic working, and this year, although it's been only 2 races, I think it's been positive, and I think it'll only get better.
Can you ride the course and think, I know who's going to win this?
Well, I've not got a crystal ball, but there's a few riders out there when you see them, they just have that thing, that thing you can't teach. Martin Mays, Isabelle Coudurier, every time they go past, they always look good. So I think there's some courses that suit certain riders and you can maybe predict a good result for them, but there's others who, regardless of the race, regardless of the course, they're going to turn up and be up there.
Nice one. Cheers, dude. That's wicked. In the pits, you'll find the race trucks and vans from the biggest teams to the privateers, but also tech support.
Hi, my name is Ray. I'm here from Shimano. I'm here for tech support for both the pros and the amateur racers, and along with the e-bikes this weekend.
So what sort of problems do you help riders with?
At this kind of a race, the riders push the bikes pretty hard, and we see some crashes, and in those cases we'll do some drivetrain repairs, some brake repairs, just keep the rider up and running so they can focus on their racing. So the repairs we do are no charge. They're here for the riders in support, and in their time of need we get them back on the trail.
Enrico, how much work goes into picking the right trails to make a good race?
Well, fortunately, we have a huge selection of trails we can choose from. More than 150 trails in the area. So, designing an EWS course, it's not just picking up the right trails, but it's also kind of an experience for riders. And you need to put that in perspective into the season, like what's come before and what goes after our event. And if it's a 1 day or 2 day events. And we tried over 8 years that we've been here, always to present something new. So ideally, we want to have like 1 or 2 new trails every year, so we enrich the experience of the riders.
And you also get in some of the classics, some of that iconic scenery up on men's DH, I suppose, as well.
You want icons to communicate where you are. Men's DH or Cunningham and other spots are really becoming famous, and it's kind of our, sale point to get people here.
And you've had races in this region for a long time. How does that affect the riding scene in the Finale Outdoor region?
I can tell you we went last year on numbers. We kind of did a good survey and analysis of the numbers. And what we've seen since 2013, we started Enduro World Series, we've seen an increase in numbers and presence from foreign riders in what we call off-season. And off-season, it's the outdoor season. So we're talking March, June, and we're talking September, November. So super important for our economy to have people around. And it's the best time of the year to ride as well.
And it makes a big difference to not only the bike economy, but the whole economy of the region, I suppose.
Absolutely. I mean, bikers or tourists are here not just to ride bikes, but, they eat food. Fortunately, good food usually. Drink beers, hang out, buy stuff. So it really helps all the businesses that are connected to outdoor, but also all the other businesses, because then, when the economy grows and develops, everyone has his bit.
There you go. That's it from the Vittoria Tyres Pietra Ligure EWS. Everyone's packed up, as you can see. The Piazza is back to normal, and they're heading just down the road 5 kilometres to Finale Ligure for next weekend's race, where, of course, the team championship's going to be wrapped up. Someone else is going to win the Queen Stage and that race as well. So lots more exciting things to come from the EWS. Hopefully you've seen all our videos so far, things like the preview, the shakedown, and of course the big one, the race highlights. Well, keep your eyes peeled. You don't have to wait long for all that coming from Finale Ligure.